Hello, Internet, and hello, Jersey Savvy, who showed up immediately just at the word go, and I'm here for it. Welcome, everybody, to Elegant Magicks, the good society tale of incantations and infatuations in Bexley under Mount Whitebridge. Whew, okay. I just climbed like rocks and stuff for like 5 days and I got it out. I'm excited. Thanks for joining us tonight on this lovely Thursday evening. If you're joining us live here on Twitch, if you're joining us on VOD on Twitch, hello from the past to you in the future, or from the YouTubes. Hey, thanks for checking out our content on there. All of our content, for the most part, is on the YouTubes as well. We do a lot of stuff here on GGK, pretty much every day of the week, except for Mondays and Wednesdays at this point. We've got good content for you, so please do check it out. We are also quite active on our Discord. You should come check us out there, as well as our RP server, GGK Worlds. Some of us are very active on there. So much so that, we don't have lives. It's fine. I'm, saying that for a friend. It's me. But
we
yes,
have
definitely.
lives, they're just not ours, and they're fake, and they're in an RP server.
Exactly. It's the best. We are currently doing some 5e Humblewood on the RP server, so feel free to come check that out. Otherwise, I believe schedule this week on the channel is good to go for tomorrow. Next stream will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. We have Neon Souls, Valorant's at. A couple of us are in that. I believe we have... Do we have a guest this week? From my understanding? Maybe? Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe you'll just have to show up tomorrow, Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern to find out. I don't know. It's a good cyberpunk goodness. We're, just taking down the man. It's going to be great. Check that out Saturday. Well, I'll let Val and everybody else get into that. I must stop talking and drink my beer. And we're going to move on to introductions of our fantastic cast here. Players, who the heck are you? Who the heck are you in the game today? What do they want? And where can I find you on the internet? Just me personally. I want to know where to find you. Let's start with Val.
Hello, everybody. I'm Val, and I guess I'll just tell Sid alone that you can find me at the Kraken's Ground on Twitter and Twitch. Nobody else can go there. I am mostly here on Thursdays through Sundays playing or running different games. As stated, I run Neon Souls tomorrow. You should come check it out. We're playing Cypher. It is cyberpunk fun. Currently fighting a alien infestation and getting potentially kidnapped or who knows by the government. So come join us at 8 o'clock for that. Tonight I am going to be playing Layrd, Avalon Cross, who is the socialite, and my desire is to drive the family that looks down on you to self-destruction and ruin.
And they're just doing such a fantastic job of that so far. That's pretty great. Savvy.
Hello, that's me. I'm Savvy. I'm Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I am here Thursday through Sunday now. Yes. I play in those games that are on those days, and I also run our Monster of the Week game here on Sunday afternoons, Slaying 101. We are also gonna have a fun guest this week. Chaboy Wally, my wonderful friend from Monday's Monster of the Week, who currently I think is introducing themselves as your favorite non-binary slime on the internet. So coming out with us on Sunday, Wally's gonna play with us and it's gonna be really good. On Mondays, you can find me on twitch.tv/Colonomicon with Wally, Colin, and Anna playing Monster of the Week. And on Sunday nights, I'm on twitch.tv/LBHackema playing Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, nope. Can't announce that yet. But I have some more stuff that I'm going to be doing. Surprise! Everyone is shocked. Tonight, I'm going to be deflecting as Jessamine Booker, the tutor, who wants to restore her family name and resume her place in society by driving the family that looks down on Laird Avalon across to self-destruction and ruin. That's me.
Seems like they should, I don't know, team up or something. RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at Arches282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about nerdy things in my life, like getting a new outfit for an upcoming stream, and also brandishing a wooden sword in my room where I almost busted out another light fixture. Don't worry about it. And stream, sometimes with my friends. Whenever I go live, I tweet. I'm in a lot right now. Help.
Nope, you can't go anywhere.
No, okay.
You belong to GGK.
Yes, ma'am. Today, I'll be playing Jarvis Hawke, who is a careerist, and he's probably in a lot of trouble with a lot of people. His desire is to receive proposals from or make successful proposals to at least 2 eligible houses.
Keep that romance coming. Last but not least, my current favorite, because, you know, they managed to kiss every single major character in the last game. So current MVP, Alex.
Hi, it's me, Alex, current MVP and Schmooch Master, I guess. I'm OMG at some guy on the internet. I'm pretty much just here on GGK. Tuesdays, which has been on a bit of a hiatus as we've been figuring some things out behind the scenes, but it's coming back soon. Tabletop Tuesdays, so be on the lookout for that. Then Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays. Tonight I am playing Mr. Bernard Sinclair, the new arrival, whose desire is to enter into a marriage with someone who truly loves you without revealing your hidden wealth. And now that he has smooched 3 people, I'm sure those marriage proposals will be coming any day now. Or I guess technically have not smooched Avalon yet. We were about to do that when we hit the cliffhanger last time.
Just let me have this, okay? Like, it happened. It was a cliffhanger in my mind. It happened. Anyway, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. And I will be facilitating this evening, which means I'll be everybody else that these folks are talking to for the most part. Yeah. I suppose we can go ahead and get started with a bit of a recap for all the shenanigans that happened last time, and then we have some fun action to just jump right back into. So we'll get that going. So let me change things up a little bit here. Yeah, that seems more appropriate. All right. So last time on Elegant Magicks, we had a couple of visitations for our novel chapter. We bounced around a little bit from place to place. Probably the highlights were the creation of an entire industry of Pegasus gaming halls and or brothels, because we 100% support sex workers here in GGK. And there were all sentient, the Chesick family, I believe they were called. So yeah, we have to meet Sir Lucius Chesick at some point because we created him out of thin air and his entire family. So some Pegasus riding happened. We had a rousing Regency TED Talk with Bernie. Who definitely shook some things up at the college, may have made some big fans and some very staunch enemies. Was probably coming back, so good on him. And quite possibly the big bang was the long-awaited Arcanum Populi secret meeting. There was a lot of fun fey magics used to elude suspicion, but that didn't go over as well as was hoped, because little did they know that the college and their elite SWAT team, led by none other than their dear friend Jarvis, was made aware of the secret meeting place and had a whole group of individuals with large Doberman masks ready to SWAT the gathering, which they did somewhat successfully. Managed to take down a couple of people, but were alerted down below. Also found out a couple of interesting little tidbits, such as apparently when the Fey Magicks came over all of our friends, the interesting animal masks that sort of covered their faces was already known by Jarvis in a drunken state, which was very interesting. When bringing this information to the higher-ups, however, Avalon discovered that the higher-ups had disappeared in their hour of need and left them there to get caught. However, through some very interesting smooch magic, I'm gonna call it smooch magic. That's what we're gonna call it. Bernie helped the group to sort of veil themselves from the oncoming Doberman horde, led by Jarvis. And I believe we left the group with Jarvis coming down the stairs. Most of the rest of the gathering had managed to get away with the contingency stone that sort of vaulted everyone off into random directions around the town. But Jarvis's Doberman mask was covered in a red-tailed hawk mask. And yes, I planned the music to stop right then. Yes, I did. I didn't. But it's a good time for me to change the music. So, why don't we jump right back in, shall we? Everyone else has fled. They have touched your, I'm just going to call it the Blarney Stone. Why not? Touch the stone in the back. Have managed to escape, except for the three of you who have, am I John Cena-ing right now? Is that I don't know. Managed to veil yourselves with Jarvis coming down the stairs. And then a kiss happens, right? Because I have to complete the cliffhanger from last time.
Yes, Bernie goes up to Avalon and saying, I can explain this later, but if you want to get out of here, I need to kiss you.
I've had 2 weeks to think about a response to this, and I didn't do that. I think I was all right.
So Bernie will go in, smooch Avalon on the lips, and again, that's sort of like, to others, it appears that, Avalon is graying out, fuzzing out, and Bernie is becoming brighter and more in focus than the surroundings.
I think before, Avalon turns to go for a second, then realizing, what kind of the magic is going on here, says, what are you going to do?
Oh, don't worry, I've got some contingencies, but it's easier for me to pull them off if everyone else is gone first.
All right. Meet back at the... I'm trying to think of locations. Meet back at the alley we met up with earlier tonight.
Roger Dodger.
And Avalon will touch the Blarney Stone.
Boop.
Because Avalon was the last one out. Right? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, because I just kissed 20 people to get him out.
Yeah.
And then left.
Jess was busy. Jarvis, you step stroll, stomp, what have you, down the stairs. And I believe all he would see would be a cloaked, masked figure wearing an Arabian horse mask.
If I remember correctly, I had gassed the upstairs, so I would have told a few of my associates to round up whoever was there for questioning later.
Easy enough to do.
Yeah. Jarvis will tilt his head quizzically at the Arabian horse mask. Silence.
Bernie will match the head tilt, also staying silent but slowly backing up towards the Blarney stone.
Do I see it glowing or like...
So, the way I'm envisioning this, and we do still need to actually do the magical token for all of this, because this is some pretty big magic, is...
For the smooching, right.
Yeah. So it is... At this point, just because of how much attention Bernie has taken onto himself, he is more or less glowing. Like, you can kind of tell, okay, there's maybe some furniture or some walls, you know, you get the vague sense of the room, but it's very hard to look at anything other than Bernie right now.
Bernie is centaur stage.
Hi everybody, my name is RJ. You can...
Throwback.
So who's the token going to?
I imagine it's going to you, because it's kind of messing up Jarvis's
It's kind of
plans.
messing with your flow. So, RJ, why don't you go ahead and take that one? And since this has worked, and you are taking the resolve token, it is being paid. Go ahead and ask Alex one of the questions on the left. Well,
we already know how a faction's going to take interest in this.
Mhm.
How does an unintended side effect occur? You catch mono.
Yep, magic mono. It's
Magic mono.
Oh, it's the worst. I'm
Yeah.
just really tired forever, man.
An unintended side effect. I think this may be trying to get too far into the future with the side effect of this, but I think when the spell ends, Bernie took in too much to himself, and so like even though he thinks the spell is over and it's not like he's going like a beacon anymore, probably to Jarvis, he will still be able to see like remnants of the magic on him for the next few days or so.
I mean,
Just
I'll
opens
take
up
it. I could
ideas.
implicate you later, so...
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Less the magic itself, more for the next few days, maybe just in general, Bernie starts to get a lot of unwanted attention.
Ooh.
In various ways.
Okay.
That'll work.
Right.
So,
Give a roll.
take a token.
I did.
Good. Excellent. Show of hands, who is completely at full for tokens at this point? Really? I thought it was more than that. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like-
Spend 'em. Anyway,
3 off.
I spent my monologue. Oh no.
so
I spent my monologue token.
No.
speaking of which, I think this would be a great time for one of you to monologue. Who's it gonna be?
RJ, should we just spend it on each other in this moment?
In this this
Monologue token duel.
magic moment. It's like an Old West standoff, and we're each monologuing in our heads.
Yeah.
I like it. Go.
I'll shore up the charge here. Well, fuck. There was supposed to be a lot more of you in here. Were we tipped off? I guess it might have been the smoke. Professor doesn't need to know about that. Anyway. Detain this person, question them, and see if we can't break this horse in, as it were. And he's slowly going underneath his cloak for a wand.
Well done. Bernard.
Okay. Still gotta give people a little bit of time to get out, but I also don't want to stick around too long. I'd rather not have to play my trump card. That wouldn't, no, there's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Okay, Bernie, think. How can we delay and still stick with the magic? Because, I don't know if these people are ready for that particular genie, as non-magical as it is. But that's gonna be... Okay, come on. Think. Focus.
Is it a literal smoking gun?
Bernie ruins magic by just pulling out a gun and shooting everyone.
Why do I feel like we've had this conversation already?
I think we've had this conversation like
We've
3
had,
times.
yeah. Okay, focus. You've got one agent of the college here. They can't have too many tricks, right? I mean, they're the fools who stick with one kind of magic. You've got all kinds. You can handle anyone who's just a one-trick pony, or I guess one-trick dog, as it were.
May I spend a token?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I am really just doing this to fulfill everyone's wish for a magical duel. I think we need a magic duel. Right now. Are you both amenable to this?
Yes.
All right.
Were you gonna say something otherwise?
I guess we're doing this.
So we're doing this.
You shot him in the side. Of course he yields.
So, take your tokens.
Okay.
Okay.
Who acts first? Who breaks the standoff?
Can I spend a token for Jarvis to rush the horse-faced or horse-masked individual, and basically reach under the mask behind the back to try and grab a hair?
You may negotiate, of course.
Trying to think what the what kind of cost there should be, because I think that'll be interesting, but I think it is. I think it's 2 under of the. No, can't think of a way to mess with it right now, so I think we'll just go ahead and say sure.
Okay. Take your token. What's that look like?
Oh, it's
Just running, screaming.
It's a low-profile dash forward, swoops in behind him, plucks a hair, and he's about to basically stab out with a dagger in the other hand.
I think I'm gonna spend my token here, and this is Bernie's first thing in the magical duel. Is one of his many shielding charms that he has prepared goes off at this point, and having sensed the harm of the plucked hair done, basically is gonna repulse you back into the wall.
Acceptable.
Acceptable. I will take this.
This is kind of like y'all just passing one token back and forth.
We'll see. It's an RP fight.
No, you. I love it.
Jarvis's back slams into the wall and the dagger falls. He reaches into his coat, pulls out a wand and will point it at Bernie. He incants a spell. The wand itself will reshape into a dueling pistol with the mouth of an open dog. And a red glow of fire will start to emit from it as he's about to blast Bernie.
Okay, I think gonna spend a token, and this might be more of a magic one than a direct resolve token. Is kind of seeing that happen. Wand, basically shot out of the wrist. Spring-loaded wand out of the wrist holder, and is gonna fire off basically a counter spell, and is gonna instead of whatever is about to emerge from the gun, it's gonna be bubbles.
The bubbles smell like brimstone.
All right. Yeah, I would say this is a significant change. So sure, that would be. We'll classify that as a magic token. If that's gonna go off, okay. Go ahead and pick from the left. There, RJ.
I just closed it. I am the fool.
Keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
You said it and then said gross. I'm sorry, what?
Sometimes you say things in the moment and then realize, oh no, that was a gross thing to say.
Continue.
What does the magic demand from you, or what does it make you promise?
I think in the rush to get the spell off, whenever Bernie speaks for the next few seconds at least, it's also going to be bubbles, which, aside from being funny / adorable, is also going to impede his ability to get off more spells in the meantime.
Okay.
Is this acceptable?
This is very acceptable.
Okay.
Because the next thing Jarvis is going to do is headbutt Bernie. Listen, people are trained for magic. They don't know physical combat unless it's Cobb McGraw.
Unless you're from Texas.
It's from Texas.
Bernard, were you trained in physical combat?
I mean, he's been in his fair share of bar fights out in the West. So yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to avoid getting hit, but you are surprised at how much the Arabian does not just go down instantly, and he's going to headbutt you back. It's just probably back and forth a couple times.
Both masks just come off and they start making out in the middle. No. All
Kiss, fight, kiss, fight.
Alright, so that's in place.
Headbutting going to take any tokens, or because we kind of just given?
I think
You're
we're just
kind of
gonna
giving them back and forth,
Yeah.
I think, at this point.
good
for me.
one last round, perhaps. Jarvis is gonna attempt a binding spell to keep Bernard in place.
Okay.
See, I'm torn because either result of either Bernie getting captured or Bernie getting out is very good. I don't know which one I want to have happen more.
I guess, what would Jarvis's plan be, if this is helpful for your decision there, Alex? What would Jarvis's plan be if he were to bind the Arabian here?
It would probably be just to take him to the back of the paddy wagon, throw him in, and then let the college sort him out. There might be a mask unreveal midway through the ride.
Okay, so I think what's going to happen is the binding's going to be successful, but Bernie's going to siphon some of that energy to bind the glamour onto his face so that the mask is stuck there until such a time, you're not going to be able to just rip it off in the back of the wagon at the very least.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, technically the glamour sort of only exists within that room, so...
Yeah, but that's why, pulling the magic from... Bernie's already supercharged with the attention magic, is pulling from Jarvis's magic here, and is just kind of channeling... he's probably going to have, burns on his face after this from too much magic focus there, but...
Bad
at least
sunburn.
Mm-hmm.
In the shape of a horse.
Oh, no. No! All right. I'm good with that if you are, RJ.
Yep.
Okay. So, what does this binding spell look like?
From underneath the cloak, Jarvis will fly both of his hands up, and these iron serpents come snaking out. They will wrap around Bernie and then form into chains with a heavy clank.
I think as you see that happen, you also see little baby iron snakes shoot off of the ones you shot out and kind of sew the mask onto Bernie's face.
Ugh. Well, aren't you a clever one?
More than you know.
I'd like to spend a token to have both Jarvis and Bernard realize the voices under the mask.
I was about to say, you both talk to each other. Yeah. Wait, Bernie?
Wait, what?
Jarvis?
Bernard?
Ooh, is that more interesting if Jarvis suddenly realizes who he's caught? And then we see what he has to decide here.
Now all I can think of is the end of Deadpool. It's like, oh, it's you. How are the kids?
Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, totally up to you.
Yeah, I think we'll put this onto Jarvis. So if both of us realize based on the voice of the other, then I think that will be acceptable. And then that puts the ball in Jarvis's court of oh wait, you've caught someone now. Do you want to keep them?
All right. Take your token, and in that exchange of one-liners, you both come to recognize that you know that voice. It's your buddy Jarvis and your bunny Bernard.
Why? How? You know what? Don't say anything. You're in a lot of trouble. Say something.
Well, this certainly makes this night a hell of a lot more interesting.
Are you the advocate?
Oh, gods, no. Or at least I don't think I am.
This is bad. This is bad. I need to take you in.
Yeah, I kind of expected as much, but that last little trick I pulled means this mask ain't coming off anytime soon.
They're going to do some really bad things to you, Bernard.
Just get me in a room with Professor Wilmore and I can handle it from there.
he will scoop Bernard up into a like shoulder carry.
Well, I suppose you've bought me enough drinks over the past weeks that this is acceptable. I would
There
prefer the
is-
princess carry.
There's a sharp slap to his ass as they keep walking.
All right, our magic duel is resolved with Bernard being taken in by the law in town, which is the College of Wizardry. Meanwhile, after touching the stone, the contingency plan in the room, well, everyone in the room, plus Avalon and Jessamine, are flung to random places within the town.
Can I spend
Avalon.
a token?
Mm-hmm.
Can I spend a token that Avalon and Jessamine end up at the same spot?
Sure, Jessamine. Where do y'all end up?
I was thinking, because it's just randomly around town, so
Literally random, yep.
I was thinking that maybe they end up like not terribly far away from the shop. Maybe just like a couple blocks over. And just kind of like emerge, I don't know, like from an alleyway or something back there, and like close enough that they can see some of these like some of like the commotion of maybe Bernie getting taken into the paddy wagon.
You end up in the alleyway next to the smithy. The magical smithy, where the fire never goes out.
Are you all right?
I think so.
Where's... And looks down. Oh no.
What?
Is that Bernie?
Has to be.
Damn it. I knew I shouldn't have left him behind himself. Shit, I don't know what to do.
We can't intervene. There's too many of them.
They're going to take him back to the college. I mean, I trust him not to say anything, but...
Do you? Do you think he can keep his mouth shut?
If I trust anyone here, it's Bernard. Known him since we were children. But they have magics, and it may not be a matter of his willingness to say anything. We need to do something.
We could try to stop them before they get there. But they can't see us.
Perhaps, or... It's probably better than any decision I was coming up with. I was contemplating some sort of diplomatic approach, using my leverage to release or have them release a friend of mine.
Alright, you think that'll work on the people who've done what just happened?
I don't know. My mother has a lot of pull, but I don't know how far that'll carry to my actions, and I'm not going to ask her for a favor.
Do you think she knows about this?
I don't. But something else is going on here. My mentor, one of the leaders that was at that meeting, they just left without saying anything. I'm worried that there may be some sort of traitor or something in our midst.
They knew it was coming.
They must have. And they didn't say anything to anyone else there, which means that they were probably hoping that the rest of us would be caught.
Then, no offense to him, but getting Bernard out now isn't going to do us a whole lot of good.
No. We need to confront Jarvis. He clearly has some sort of connection to all of this.
Just can't believe it.
It's too much of a coincidence not to believe it.
I know.
Right now, we need to focus on getting as far away from here as possible before we get swept up in all of this.
We should get him.
Right. I'd like to spend another token for something completely bullshit.
Excellent.
That's
To-
token use.
To say that, like, as they come out of the alleyway, one of the, like, maybe there's some other patrols from the college in the area, like sweeping for people that escaped, or some of the people that Jarvis came with is like they're fanning out to try to find people that got away. Because I love this trope so much. Avalon, they like start coming our direction, so Avalon turns to Jessamine and says, "Sorry about this," and kisses her to try to maintain their cover.
Jessamine, are you amenable to this?
Yes.
Take your token and
I
give her the
can't.
smooch.
I can't.
The token is lost.
The token is sent into the ether.
That's what I'm doing
Well,
now, is I'm going to
that's
give my
For the
tokens to
romance.
people that are full so we can get rid of some of these tokens.
Kill these tokens.
Amazing.
And so holds that for a bit, trying to put up as good performance as possible, and then takes a step back, or like looks over their shoulder as they walk away and says, "Do you think that worked?"
You know we have magic at our disposal, right?
They would have sensed the magic. Sometimes mundane options I find to be the most useful. I'm sorry if that was too forward.
Did you find that to be mundane, Laird Cross?
Perhaps we should be going. And Avalon is just blushing and looks across the street and says, "This way, come on." Tries to get back to, I guess we're left a carriage or something a few blocks over.
Jessamine and Avalon make their way back to their mode of transportation and head back to the Cross Estate then.
Oh, can I do something first?
Yes, you may.
Before they
What
take
would you like to do?
Before they take Bennett away, I would like to, I don't know, pick something up, like a little stone or something. I want to do some magic, and
Okay.
she sort of like rips her gloves off, and presses it between her hands, so it becomes a little like, I don't know, a little. I did a butterfly last time.
Dragonfly.
Like a little, like a little dragonfly, and she just like whispers something to it and sort of sends it. And I want it to essentially like sit on the carriage they are taking him away in, so I can find where they took him later.
Okay. I guess this would go to Jarvis then? Because
I'm
that
tracking you.
kind of fucks with his shit. So, yeah. Being successful. Jarvis, like, we're like 15 minutes in, and you've like picked from this table like 8 times. It's really it's fantastic. I'm
And
really
I'm
happy
still
about
at
it.
max tokens.
Please take this token
Gosh.
from me.
Take the token, and then go ahead and ask Savvy a question on the left.
Who helps you, and what do they demand of you?
I think I don't think Jessamine knows who it is. But I think because of the way her family's powers manifest, they probably came from somewhere. And she's been doing a lot of, even though they're little things lately, has been doing a lot of sort of forcing little transmutations, sort of like in a pinch, without paying anything for them. So she's probably racking up a debt somewhere.
We will cash in on that on a future episode.
Okay. Write that down.
Especially with transmutation.
Equivalent exchange.
This is
Big
not
brother.
equivalent.
Excellent.
Just gonna write that down in my ledger as Jessamine 1.
Just someone write that down. Yeah. Yep, yeah, I'm gonna live there because it's spooky and I like it.
Yeah. Excellent. Take your token. And a lovely little arcane dragonfly is now sitting on the Regency paddy wagon, as it were, where your 3 poor individuals that got smoked out, as well as your still Arabian horse masked, chained up Bernard. Wow.
I'm imagining
a sentence.
as yeah, it was. But I'm also imagining as we get further away from the room, the illusion is weakening someone until it's just like one of those dopey plastic horse
Oh
masks.
no! I hate those things. No!
There's a vibrating toothbrush.
Oh, what was a beautiful display of Fey magic is now this terrifying sort of like rubbery
It's still
illusion.
probably
BoJack
pretty
Horseman.
realistic because we haven't gone too far yet, but definitely by the time we get to the college.
And it's sewn on. Ugh. Awesome.
Thanks, I hate
Lovely. I hate it, but it's fantastic.
it. We have 2 chat redemptions.
Oh boy.
Oh.
One from Monochromatic Weiss and one from Mecha Spider, and they are both to gift a token, and they say, wait, RJ wants tokens? And RJ needs all the tokens.
No, I'm at max tokens now.
So, show of hands, who is still at max tokens?
It's just RJ right
just
now.
RJ. now.
Everyone else got rid of some. Good on
Savvy and
you.
I need one more, and Val is 2 down.
Gosh, I'm about to start spending these on the dumbest
Facilitators
shit.
out of tokens.
Me too.
Just saying.
Do you want some of mine?
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. I'll
Um,
just start spending them for connections.
On the cart ride to the college, can I phone in to Professor Wilmore and say that one of the captured individuals wants to make a plea bargain with her?
How do you phone into her? Do you have a specific form of communication?
For Professor Wilmore, it is a emerald earpiece.
The emerald earpiece from the epistolary phases.
That one's a sapphire earpiece.
Yeah. Is Jarvis that person that has like 8 burner phones? Like is that basically what's happening here?
There's a cubic zirconium earpiece that he just like stomps on every now and again.
Fantastic. Okay.
My brain was
Yeah.
trying so hard to turn Burner into Bernard and make a joke about Jarvis having just like 17 phones, but they all call Bernie.
I mean, who else does he need to call when Bernie's in town?
I mean, really?
For a good time, call Bernie. Scrawled on the pub toilet.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Bernard put it there himself.
Amazing. All right, so you are sending back the paddy wagon to the college, and you put your sapphire earpiece, no, your emerald earpiece in. After a moment, is it dumb?
I'm sorry, is what dumb?
what you were instructed to do? Is it done? Do you have...
Oh, I heard, is it dumb? Sorry. It's like, it's pretty stupid, actually, yes.
He's in this horse mask. It's strange.
It's the strangest thing. Captured 5 individuals coming out of the location. One of them which wants to make a plea bargain with you if you are amenable.
A plea bargain.
Something. I really can't understand them, through the horse mask.
Horse mask.
Glamoured, now made real, and there's the sound of like rubber stretching and a thwack.
Don't ever do that again. I cannot say I'm not intrigued. Bring them into my offices, at the very least. Should be entertaining. And bring the others in as well. They can go into the interrogation room.
Shall I make tea then?
Yes. Tea sounds lovely.
Right you are, Mum. 1 interrogation with tea. Estimated time 20 minutes.
I shall see you then. She takes out her earpiece.
I hope you have a very good idea what you're about to do.
Well, I have a good idea what I'm about to do. Whether or not it is a good idea is a whole other question. Kiss for good luck?
I can't kiss you through the glamour.
Just make the masks kiss.
No. Time and place, Bernard. Time and place.
It's always the time and place for kissing.
You're going to give me an aneurysm.
Yeah, I don't think I have a follow-up to that. I'm a bit...
What were you doing there? Didn't you just get here into Bexley?
I mean, it's been a month or 2 at this point, but,
And you're moving up in the world, going to Arcanum Populi meetings. They send, like, a magical courier pigeon, like, "Hello, Mr. American, would you like to be part of the Arcanum Populi?"
I mean, I did just give that lecture.
So I can surmise this is a recent turn, then.
Recent enough.
Great. Great.
Look, there are obviously some things I'm not saying, but it is my honest belief that it is in your best interest not to know them at this point in time.
You better make it out of there alive, Bernard, so I can kill you myself.
Can we at least kiss first?
That'll be up in the air.
Listen, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna try and get as many smooches in as I can before I go.
I mean, that's not such a bad... You're in trouble. Don't make me...
See? My brilliant plan is working.
Jarvis is quiet the rest of the way.
As they head back toward the college. Yeah, we kind of need to resolve this, don't we? We'll assume that they head on back there and get situated in the interrogation room. Is there anything the other 2 intend to do this evening other than get back to the Cross Estate and not be seen?
I don't know if we're going back to the Cross Estate. I think we're gonna try to find Jarvis.
Oh, excellent. Where would you think to find Jarvis?
Well, I think Avalon would ask Jessamine. So I don't know him as well as you do. Where can we find him? At the college?
I mean, that's usually where he is if he's not out drinking somewhere. I know he has a laboratory space somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
I was present at his workspace at the college. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. But he seemed to have some sort of lab there, and...
No, he has something of his own.
Do you have any way of locating him? I'm not very proficient in locating Magicks myself.
I suppose I could try. Takes a good deal of energy. I don't have anything of his.
Do you need something physical?
Excuse me. I'm apparently allergic to whatever nonsense is happening here. He gave me these gloves.
Right. Will that work?
Perhaps. I really like them. The briar.
Oh, we have a whole stockroom of last season's briar back at the estate if you need a replacement.
Last season?
Well, yes, I mean,
These are brand new.
I'm sure we can find you some more.
Last
I'm sorry, I
season.
don't mean to be insensitive, but this is a man's life potentially in danger, including our own if things go extremely poorly.
Fine, but it's probably going to take more than just the gloves. They weren't in his possession for very long, as far as I'm aware.
How about a memory? I know you probably have your own, but I've had a few interactions recently with the man, and
Anything you'd like to
Perhaps.
forget?
most of it.
Alright.
I won't have forgotten it. It's just a keeping mechanism for if I were to forget,
Well, the potential's always there.
possibly. But this is more important.
Alright. Stake my life on 2 gloves and a memory.
Sounds like the makings for a powerful spell. Here, and just pulls off an earring and hands it to her.
Right. Don't suppose we could find a bit of moonlight. This is fine. I take the earring, wrap it up in the gloves, and then take her like fingernail and sort of dig it into the center of one of the circles on her palm. So it starts to bleed. Gotta give something. And try to do some magic.
Okay. So we are trying to utilize these 2 gloves and a memory to locate Jarvis within the city.
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't tell me to take a token. I can't.
Then it's disappearing into the ether.
It's disappearing into the ether.
House rule. If y'all try to give tokens to people that can't take them, I get them.
That seems fair.
Token for me. Done.
Not that you were asking.
I was. This is a collaborative game, so I mean, if
Is
y'all are
it?
cool with that.
But also, you could just give yourself
Occasionally.
infinite tokens and we wouldn't know.
No. No.
I would know. I watch everything you shits do on this sheet.
All right. Okie doke.
Squeeze some blood out of there.
So what does this look like? I'm assuming from her sorrow that these are destroyed in the process of this magic.
I think it's more interesting if they are. And I think she probably could do it without destroying the things involved, but we'll probably get a better result, right, if they're all given to the process.
So, what does this look like? And I believe I get to ask you a question as well.
Sure. So I think so takes the earring, folds it up in the gloves and sort of pricks the center of her palm, kind of squeezes some blood out, and I think it doesn't just drip, like I think there is this sort of like trail where it sort of like droplets start to hover and sort of circle the things that are going to be consumed, kind of like taking them over, and they all just kind of like collapse in on themselves, and then she like scatters what's left, almost like ashes, kind of onto the ground in front of her, and they start to take shape as like almost like a crude like map.
Okay.
And then she just sort of waits for the blood droplets to find the right spot.
I like it. I'm gonna ask, what does the magic demand from you, or what does it make you promise? Never to wear Briar again.
Never to wear Briar again. To forget Briar ever existed.
She develops an allergy to Briar.
That would be terrible. I think it is probably an energy pull thing, so I think probably at least for the next day, anything sort of like this big stuff, I think anything sort of like big or like really draining is probably off the table for her. It looks like it's only a little bit of blood, but there's a lot of life energy in that, I think.
All right.
Also, hi Raiders, I'm doing blood magic.
Hey Raiders, just, some casual blood magic. NBD, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate ya. We're playing some good society with some magic thrown in. And yeah, blood magic, just that happened. So
I think a lot of the color kind of like drains from her face.
we're looking a little wan.
There's
okay.
a lot of energy in that manipulation.
So Jessamine definitely goes a couple shades paler. However, your now sort of crude magical ash map points you, curiously enough, in the direction of that Regency paddy wagon and it heading toward the college.
Well, fuck.
What does it say?
He's in the wagon. With Bernard.
I'm sorry. He's in the wagon. So he's not just aware of what's going on. He's directly involved.
I'm going to kill him myself.
But if you don't, I'm sure there are a lot of other people that are going to put him on a list. I'm going to have to tell somebody. I'm not sure yet, because I don't know who's been compromised, but...
It can't be anyone at the college.
Well, this makes things difficult. We can't, well, confront him about this when he's the one orchestrating it.
Or at least following the orders. Do the Crosses have any friends left in Bexley?
Oh, the Crosses have plenty of friends. They're just my mother's friends.
The college.
Who works at the college? I wouldn't be surprised if she was involved in all of this. For all I know, she's the one giving the orders. I'm not sure.
Can we go to the Fae?
They don't really have jurisdiction here.
It doesn't seem anyone does.
Well, again, the people that have the jurisdiction are the ones that are doing this. It's essentially a police state.
You would think they'd want to know. They might not have jurisdiction. They sure do have a horse in the race.
If they are making such overt moves against the Arcanum, I don't know if the Arcanum has any friends amongst the Fae Court.
All right then, Avalon. What are we going to do?
The only person who I know specifically within the Arcanum would be my mentor.
And we don't know where they are.
I have a suspicion.
So
I've
everything you said to me just a few minutes ago about I really don't think my mother is involved in this and my mentor just disappeared and I have no idea where they are, that was also all lies.
It wasn't a lie.
It was.
I just preferred to go through other means first and not resort to this. We can't go to my mother for this because, like I said, she may just arrest me on the spot if I admit to any involvement here.
Oh, I'm positive she'd have you killed.
I need to find my old tutor. I don't know for certain, but I believe that they are my mentor within the Arcanum.
But I can't do this again today, and I don't know your tutor.
I know where they live.
And you think
Here.
after this they'd just go back there?
Potentially, or I could find some sort of clues there as to what's going on. Because I don't know. With the masks and everything, it's possible that that wasn't even Orb Weaver there, that this was some sort of trap laid by the college. I could show up and find him dead in his study, but I need to know for certain.
Then we'll go there.
If we don't have any leads there, then perhaps the best method would be to appeal to whatever humanity my mother has. Simply approaching it as my friend Bernard has been apprehended erroneously by the college.
She does seem to not hate him. But I think you should be prepared for something.
Which is?
There is a strong possibility that there is a traitor among the Arcanum Populi. And Bernard and Jarvis are in that carriage together.
You think Bernard might?
No more than he's letting on. It stands to reason.
I don't see what they would have gained from all of this then. Bernard worked very hard to make sure everyone got out of that meeting. If the plan was to apprehend the people there...
There were an entire group of people upstairs that we don't know what happened to them.
Right.
And if this Orb Weaver or whoever has disappeared, I know he's your friend and I know you trust him. I felt the same about Jarvis until a few minutes ago.
You're absolutely right. I don't know who I can trust now.
I'd say me, but you have a habit of not doing that.
I fear I don't have a choice at this point.
Well,
Either you're going to lead me into a trap, or you're going to help me. But otherwise, terrible things are going to happen either way.
well, we've reached the story beat in which the gloves have come off.
Right. I don't suppose you need, well, I guess hands and pockets until we can find you a replacement.
I suppose.
Needless, we shouldn't draw any further unwelcome attention here.
I won't be able to keep up the glamour for very long, so... A polite, hand-clasping woman I will be. Don't get used to it.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Where is his home, then?
Should be down the road, just outside of the main city, between here and the Cross Estate.
All right. Lead the way.
I'll instruct the carriage driver to take us that way.
Take you to the home of your former tutor,
We talked about them last time.
but we didn't name them.
We didn't
so I
name them.
shall now. Their name is Mr. Roderick von Koss, which was a name in NPC redemption that I did not get to last week because Pegasi. Sorry, you got Pegasi. You get the name now. I believe that was that a G
Oh, I can certainly look.
or an
I definitely just typed Von Kiss.
Roderick von Koss, that was from our wonderful friend, G-Master.
Yeah. There you go, G.
Speaking of redemptions, PDX in the chat has gifted a token to Alex. For Benny.
And now I'm full up.
Yay!
Take a token.
It's not me for once. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Avalon's former tutor. Excellent. So, the two of you head in the carriage to the Von Cass residence. As, unless there's any other shenanigans that were happening in the Regency Paddy Wagon, we will smash cut over to the three poor individuals and this person in what is now a very disturbing, vaguely rubbery horse mask illusion.
Can we please stop saying the word rubbery?
It's
Maybe at some point it just dissolves away to like
I hate you
to
so
just like
much.
a children's carnival like face paint of a horse.
No,
there we go.
it just keeps, every time you say the word rubbery, it just gets so much worse
It's
in my
very
head.
Especially as it is sewn to his face.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all gotta start getting used to it if third season is gonna be Regency Purge. I'm sorry. Like, get used to it
I
now.
thought we already
so.
said season 3 was going to be Regency Pokemon.
Season 3 is going to
Okay.
be Regency Pokemon.
No.
Season 4.
4 is going to be
Both.
Regency Purge.
Oh no!
Oh god!
Purgemon.
Regency Pokemon Purge!
Regency Purgemon.
Purgemon.
So we're
No,
just
no,
doing
PDX.
like
Right there.
It wasn't
might be a
rubbery when the
Digimon.
kissing happened.
No, it was still fancy when we kissed.
Mhm.
Please don't take this away from me. I've been through a lot today.
literally gonna be the dark season Digimon for season 3. Got
My
it.
gloves are gone.
Oh, amazing. Jarvis, you take your... I don't want want to say prisoners. Your catch of the day. Gotta catch them all.
Captives.
Your captives. Your Pokemon. To the interrogation room.
The worst
Reginald.
Pokemon in existence is a
We're gonna
horrible, rubbery, sewn-on horse face. I hate this game.
So yeah,
Mimicry
chat,
mixed
you
with
go ahead.
Mudbray.
You let us know what the name of that Pokemon would be, chat, and we'll call it our favorites later. For the rubbery horse mask Pokemon. Oh God, what's happening? Right. Interrogations. And you are preparing tea, Jarvis?
Preparing tea for Horsemaster McGee and Professor Wilmore.
Excellent. I'm assuming that the other 3 individuals are taken by other members of your team for questioning. I'm also going to go ahead and say that they are just outraged by the treatment. They were simply at the tailor's late at night and were just caught up in all of this. And how dare they be treated as such is about all that your buddies are going to get from them. However,
I think, just very briefly, at some point, Bernie would have leaned over to Jarvis and whispered, "I'm going to act like I didn't figure out who you are. That's how I'm going to play it. Up to you if you want to say you know who this man is, or if you're just like, here's this guy."
Going to follow my own rules and mind my own damn business for once.
and eventually, Professor Wilmore comes into the room. Looks somewhat quizzically at the disturbing glamour on your face, and then looks to what she knows to be Jarvis. Did you do that?
Partially. The individual used a bit of the Magicks used to restrain them to bind the glamour to their face. Moving away from the source of the glamour, degraded it quite a bit.
Bernie makes it flop just a little bit.
I hate
Stop.
that so much.
Don't ever do that again. Sit still.
Yes, ma'am?
Well, I'm certain you know the situation you're in. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Apparently you wish to plead in some capacity?
In some capacity, certainly, though I would very much wish it for my captor to leave the room. I swear under whatever oath you wish me to swear, put me in a truth spell. I intend you no harm this evening.
Go on.
Tonight's tea is a masala chai with a digestive vanilla biscuit.
Oh,
Enjoy.
thank you so much. Oh, very nice. We'll have this tomorrow as well. Thank you. Dips her digestive biscuit. You have me all to yourself. Plead.
I imagine this will be slightly more comfortable for both of us if we can do something about this mask.
If you'd like.
Oh, I've been assuming that Bernie was handcuffed or something through all this. But if his hands are free, he will reach up and kind of smudge it and, kind of like I said before, there's clearly some kind of damage there, whether it's like a burn or, the sewn things, but the mask is now gone, and he looks at Professor Wilmore and says, "Well, I've got 2 words for you, Professor Wilmore. Diplomatic immunity."
Explain yourself.
Right. Should have known there would be necessary proof, and so he'll reach into his coat pocket slowly, is going to pull out basically a small metal coin and places it on her desk. Do you recognize that family seal?
Picks it up. I shall have to do a quick assessment to verify that this is genuine.
Of course.
Does a little magic her own. Slides it back across the desk.
Takes it, buries it back into his coat.
What the blazes are you doing here?
Much of what I've said publicly is indeed my true purpose. I'm here on some business arrangements, partially on holiday, partially to seek a romantic partner or partners.
Through the Arcanum.
That one was just kind of I felt it would be good to see what they are about. A lot of what I said in my lecture is true, that I do think they have some good points, but I also disagree with some of their methods. I thought perhaps, if I were to attend some meetings, learn some more of what they're about, hell, maybe if I even stuck around long enough, I could be in a position to, guide some courses of action towards more acceptable means of getting their viewpoint out into society.
Came to seek a partner in life, leading a revolution. Is that what I'm gathering?
I would hope that it would be more of a cultural shift than revolution per se, but I also get that people here are rather stuck in their ways, and so it may take a little bit more than some polite nudging to
It may
see
take an
changes going.
earthquake.
Yes, well, like I said, if it were to come to that, my intent would be to see it do as little harm as possible.
Who else were you there with today?
Well, by the nature of the Magicks, I don't know many of the people I was there with. I certainly didn't recognize any of the people who were also in the wagon. They must not have been in the meeting yet, because I can assure you, everyone who was there got away.
You didn't know all of them, meaning you knew some of them. Who were they? You may have immunity, but the rest of them do not.
And say they were to become, hypothetically, my legally wedded spouse or spouses, would that immunity then extend to them?
You would marry criminals in order to save them proper punishment for the chaos that they have brought to this town.
I would save individuals who may have been caught up in an activity that society deems illegal, even if it is the more moral course of action.
So exactly what I just said. You would do that.
I was trying to frame it so that it sounded better.
You're going to leave my office. My hands are tied in regard to your behavior this evening. If I ever catch wind of you being involved in this again, it will not take much for me to reach out to your family across the pond and have you out of here immediately. Do I make myself very clear?
Perfectly. Though I will offer one piece of goodwill, that the apparent higher-ups at the meeting clearly knew something was up, because the moment we tried to warn them, when we realized something was up, they had already flown the coop. So whatever agents you have within the Arcanum, you need to do a better job.
Good to know. Well, take your biscuit and get out.
Ma'am. Steals a cookie. And he will say thank you for the cookie in the most American accent he can manage. And then we'll...
Biscuit. She looks angrier about the cookie comment than anything else this evening and takes her tea.
But Bernie will leave the office and is going to throw on just like a quick glamour back on his face, just to at the very least try and hide the damage, but also hopefully hide who he is in case there were just, more college people waiting outside to see who he was.
I think that's fair.
Jarvis sort of waited outside, not listening, kind of shooing people away.
Bernie exits the office. Apparently unscathed.
Good. Follow me.
Alright, I guess I owe you at least that much.
Go down to Jarvis's lab, and he will reach a hand into Bernard's cloak and pull out a small doll that he had implanted there when he did the ass slap. It is in the small shape of Jarvis. It's a voodoo doll. That was originally my plan with the hair, in case he got hit. It was going to reflect onto Bernie, but quick thinking. In case any spells were about to hit Bernie, they would have reflected onto Jarvis.
Huh. That is sweet of you, but also...
I don't want you giving away a lot more than you need to.
Right. Okay, I think clearly we need to have some kind of discussion about what the hell's been going on.
You think?
Where do we even begin?
Who else? If you know anyone. And Jarvis will pull off the mask. This is a friend asking a friend, not a college member asking a detainee.
Right. Well, I will say that part of what clued us off to things was that, you noticed my mask was an Arabian. Certain other members had masks resembling animals you had previously mentioned as well. And when I brought that up to them, they realized perhaps they should have a conversation with you at some point.
How? What? How?
You talk a lot when you get drunk.
No, not that. They were also the lion and the adder. Oh my god.
So I take it you didn't necessarily pick those names for us.
No. They were given to me.
By who?
I can't say at the moment.
Fair.
This is not good.
Well, clearly I don't grasp the full scope of events, but you should know that I am more or less protected from anything the college might throw at me, assuming I don't get myself caught again.
Yeah, please don't. That was a very awkward paddy wagon ride back.
I've had worse.
I need to talk to Jess.
Oh boy, is she gonna want to talk to you?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to be filing reports all night. If you wish for a place to stay, I do have an open bunk.
That is mighty kind of you, but I probably should get back home so I can check in on some people and so that my aunt doesn't necessarily find wind of, me getting apprehended by the college, because that's the trouble I fear the most out of anything that happened this night.
May I spend a token?
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was summoned, you hear something that you are somewhat familiar with. Your aunt is able to, with family members at the very least, communicate over long distances directly into your brain cavity there, and you simply hear, Bernard!
You see Bernard wince. Yep,
Come
there she is.
home now.
Yes, ma'am. I will be there as soon as I can.
Immediately.
I don't think I have the juice for teleportation tonight. I will be there as soon as I can.
Run.
Right. Well, Jarvis, seems like I need to get home toot sweet.
Oh no, are you grounded? Can we not play anymore?
We're gonna have to see.
Hmm. And I was really liking it here in Bexley.
Well, I'll just make it more interesting, and it'll circle back around.
Don't know whether to punch you or get out of here.
Yep. And Bernard is gonna take his wand, tap his shoes, and suddenly it's like for every stride he takes, he's actually taking 3, 4, 5, and is speeding away to get back home.
Oh, you have no idea the earful that Bernard is about to get. I'm gonna take a quick break shortly. I do just want to at least jump back to our friends heading over to the Von Kass residence. Scoping out the fairly modest cottage, or we breaking in? We knocking on the door? What's the plan?
I mean, I think Avalon's just gonna, unless Jessamine objects, is just gonna go straight up the front door and knock to see if anyone answers.
Do you think that's wise?
Why not? He's either here. If he answers the door, then it means that we might get some information. If nobody answers, then something might be wrong.
And what if someone else answers?
Well, I'm guessing between the two of us we can manage.
Have you ever been in a fight, Laird Cross?
I try to avoid them whenever possible.
They are nothing like you read about in the books.
Right. I understand that. I have some reserves that could assist if it came to fisticuffs.
All right. I will feel no remorse if your blood ends up on my hands.
All right then. Good pep talk.
I'm sorry, did you want sunshine and rainbows?
I don't think I'd ever expect that from you.
I'm a teacher by trade.
Hmm.
I know what people need.
Well, you'll have the privilege, then, of meeting my former tutor. Perhaps you can trade secrets. And Avalon will just head up to the door and give it a knock.
And that's where we'll take our break. Thanks, y'all. We have 7 seconds left of the hype train. We did it!
Level 5 hype train, y'all. Jeez.
I'm gonna cry.
My God.
Oh,
Amazing,
it
y'all.
was very distracting as I was trying to do a very intense scene. And I'm like, wait, let me...
That was so amazing. Thank y'all so
Wait,
much.
are we at level 6 hype train?
No, it
I
ends at
think
5.
maxes
It
out
ends at 5.
Okay,
But
cool.
we
Such
hit the
strong
max.
support. Oh my god.
Chew, y'all.
Thank you,
you, Chew.
everybody.
Amazing. Well, heart hands all around for all of you. You are wonderful. We are going to take a quick bio break, refresh ourselves, refresh our drinks, get some water, take your meds, eat some food, and yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking around as we had our little break there. We refreshed ourselves, we refreshed our drinks. I have a lovely sour beer as well as a Kentucky-owned soft drink beverage and ice cream because I can. I'm an adult. Don't at me. I hope you got snacks too. But we are going to jump right back in. And just one more time, thank you so much for the hype train, y'all. That was freaking ridiculous, and we love all of you. That was awesome. Much love. Thank you. That was great. So now we're outside of a dark, creepy cottage, and we've knocked on the door.
We is a strong word.
True.
Yeah, none of you
We-
are royals. You shouldn't be using the royal we.
I mean, Avalon's about to be the Laird of the land.
I hope your
so-
dinosaur head eats you. I just realized it was poking into like the corner of your video frame.
Always watching, Wazowski.
Why is that the thing that just broke me? Okay,
Because, honey, you're tired.
I'm really tired. So,
I'm really tired.
Alex, god damn it. I'm gonna ban you.
You should-
no
Time out
puns
from
on
the
this
Zoom
channel.
call.
We hate them. No puns.
We
no
hate
jokes,
puns.
no puns.
Let's
This
start
is
muting
serious.
people on the Zoom call for like 30 seconds when they have a pun.
30 seconds timeout.
Pun timeouts. Okay.
I feel so
So-
attacked right now.
Good.
I don't even realize I do it. Like, I'm just gonna be talking and I'm gonna be muted and not know why, and I'm gonna cry. I need your all's help on this. I have ideas about what this could be, but this is a collaborative game, so I'm told.
This is a collaborative game, Sid.
That's what I hear.
This whole episode is just a callback to jokes we made in the last episode.
That's how you know when the game's getting good, when it just turns into 90% callbacks.
I do want to point out that our wonderful friend PDX in the chat keeps calling you the Facilitator, which I think is the fucking greatest thing I've ever heard.
I love it. And I will be changing my name in the Zoom call to that right now. So as the Facilitator, are they home?
Are they an important enough personage that they would have a staff?
That, I think, is a Val question.
Yeah.
Well, they're a tutor, so I don't know what like social. They're a tutor for nobility, so I don't know where that would fall in the hierarchy. Because like a lorded person or somebody wouldn't serve as a tutor for somebody else unless there was like extreme means for that.
But is you're saying they're a tutor for like, not like for one family, like for a lot of the nobility?
They were, well, specifically they were a tutor for Avalon. I don't know. We obviously haven't established whether they were a tutor for anyone else.
'Cause that would be
And they're
someone
not.
of like, not landed status, but like very high reputation, I would think.
They'd
If
I
they're a
imagine
tutor
they'd
for the
have to
nobility,
be.
but they're like living in their own house and shit.
Yeah, I imagine they'd have to be because they were chosen for that position by the Baroness. So, as we've established through fiction, she's terrible.
She's the literal worst. Okay.
Or maybe they suck because your mom picked somebody shitty because she hates you.
Well, she didn't. I don't think she hated Avalon back at
Kidding.
that point,
I'm kidding.
but maybe.
Nah. She's the worst, but she does want the family to, go forward and be the best.
So,
or
like,
whatever.
Wealthy but not landed
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Like high level merchant maybe. So sure, I would say that they could have like a butler or a servant of some kind that would answer the door for them. Yeah. We still haven't answered the question, are they home?
Well, were they the one that amscrayed from the meeting? Is the really like what we're trying to decide here? So I don't know. If they weren't, if that wasn't actually them, then probably. If it was them, then who knows?
I mean, I could tell you what I think, but again, this is a collaborative. Just welcome everybody now. Okay.
See, I think part of where I was trying to go with the question of is there a servant is the servants like know they're out for the evening, and then what's his face, Roderick shows up and is like, "Oh, Avalon, what are you doing here?" And the servant is confused, or servant thinks they're home, takes you in, and it's like, "I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Von Cass is out for the evening."
Yeah. It makes sense that one of those two things would have happened if they're part of this organization. Because again, the speculation was that that was them, and Avalon has suspected that was them, but has never like confirmed it due to the rules of the Arcanum.
Okay. I can work with this. Servant answers the door. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Laird Avalon Cross.
Am I supposed to bow?
There's no need.
Right.
I'm calling on Mr. Sorry, how to remember my last name? Mr. Koss, Von Koss. I know it's rather late. Would he be up to taking visitors at this time?
Not generally till the morning. You can leave a card if you'd like.
I'm afraid it's rather urgent.
Someone dead?
In the simplest terms, we're trying to prevent that.
Oh. Well, Master ain't here right now.
He's not in.
No.
Where is he?
Went out. To the pub, I think.
Which one?
The only one in town, miss. The Empty Raven.
Did you say how long he'd be gone for?
Just the evening. I don't ask.
What time does he typically return?
Well, coming from the pub. Before morning.
And you're absolutely sure that he's not here?
Yes. He ain't come home yet.
Have you checked?
I'll go in Master's room. That won't be right.
Well, I
Would
assume you
you-
wouldn't mind if the Laird confirmed your story.
As I
Go
said,
poking around Master's room.
if I must, I do have privileges to do so as Laird.
To poke around people's rooms?
To enforce certain edicts and laws as I see fit.
Of course, if everything checks out and your story is true, your master will be none the wiser.
But I would insist, before it comes to those measures, would you mind checking for me to make sure he is not in this room?
You two stay right here. I'll
Of course.
Go look. Slowly closes the door. Miss Roderick? Hello? He ain't here.
Right. Well, it is rather late. I would imagine he'd be returning fairly soon. If you say he returns by morning. Would it be too much of an imposition for us to wait for his return?
We won't wait here till he gets home.
Yes.
That could be 4 in the morning.
I have nowhere else to be.
What about your own home?
You have a lot of questions for someone very high above your station.
That might be true, but this is Master's house. Master's the master of this house.
And Laird Cross is the master of your master.
All right.
Can I spend a reputation?
That would be a lovely idea.
I do have the reputation condition or reputation positives. Influential might be the most applicable here.
Okay.
And I think accompanying that would just say I don't enjoy throwing about my title and my station, but this is a matter of great urgency. I'm sure you're familiar with my mother, the Baroness, and her position within Bexley.
I don't think anyone in Bexley's not familiar with your mum.
Right. So, you can let us in and allow us to wait for your master to return,
Or you're gonna make your mother yell at me.
or I can return home and advise her that I, as Laird of Bexley, have been denied entry into my former tutor's home.
No,
When
don't do
calling
that. Your
upon
mother's
them.
scary. All right, come in. Just don't touch nothing.
Right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. They'd let you in.
Your mother would be so proud.
I feel dirty just doing that.
You should.
So I lose that tag, right?
Yes, if you go below 3. So if you're down to 2, then yes, that tag goes away.
Okay. Which I'm assuming also means I lose that the condition that I had.
Yes, yeah, condition would go away.
All right. So Morgan doesn't like me anymore. So.
Oh.
Don't say that. She's in the chat.
No longer thinks you're infallible.
There's a syllable in there that I drop almost every session. So
Morrigan.
Morrigan.
Oregon.
Oregon?
The
I don't know why I
Oregon
did this.
Trail.
Oregon Trail?
And they all died of dysentery. Anyway,
I mean, probably.
You enter the modest home of Mr. Von Cass. And yeah, it just seems the servant was picking up, dusting, doing some last minute cleaning before going to bed.
I suppose you don't mind if we wait in the sitting room over here.
No, that's fine.
Would
I
it
have
be
to
a
stay up
terrible
with
imposition?
you. I'll go to
By
bed
no
myself.
means. Excuse me?
I was about to go to bed myself, but
No, you may retire as to your schedule, assuming those are your orders.
all right, my lad. Gives you an awkward bow. Night, miss. Looks at you weirdly. Thinks about their life choices for how they got in this situation, and heads to bed as you sit alone in your former tutor's living room.
Seems like the perfect time for the chat redemption we just got.
Oh boy.
Which is a mini monologue on none other Layrd Avalon Cross.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you, Mecca.
Thanks,
Thought
Mecca.
I dodged this by doing my monologue this cycle. It's smaller than I remember. Used to practice my writing over there. I can't believe that he would have just left me. There has to be something else going on here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not involved in all of this, and I was mistaken when I was invited to join the Arcanum, but I have to make sure that Bernard is safe. I'm sure he'll forgive me. Either way, if this is some terrible, terrible misunderstanding. I kissed her. Oh gods. That's going to be difficult to live down.
I think Taco agreed with you on that one. Excellent. Thank you for the redemption.
Should we try sending word to the pub? To Heidi?
If you can.
Might take a bit longer than usual.
I'm going to... That's fine. I'm going to look around a bit. His study is through that door, and I'm sure any evidence we might find might be there.
Great, I'll just stay here and continue to do all your heavy lifting.
Well, I am a useless noble, so...
I'm sure you have your uses.
Perhaps you might find them out one day.
Go on then.
Excuse me, I must snoop through my tutor's ledgers.
Oh, like you haven't done it before.
I was an upstanding student.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I only-
certain that's a lie.
I only browsed for answers to questions that I was too bored to come up with myself.
Ned Cross. A scoundrel and a cheater. I am embarrassed to work for such a terrible person.
You are far from the only one.
I'll send Heidi a note. See if he's actually there.
And Avalon will go to the study, which I assumed there would be. Since
Yeah,
this is
why
a
not?
collaborative game.
Because this is a collaborative game, yes. As soon as you mentioned it, it appeared, just, sort of grew organically out of the side of the cottage. It exists, yes. You willed it into being.
And we'll enter the study and try to kind of snoop around, see if there's any. I mean, I think Avalon would be pretty familiar with the tricks of the trade for the Arcanum to see any signs of, like, if secret compartments in a desk or seals or wardings or anything like that would indicate, like, privileged or hidden documents or correspondence from the Arcanum.
Interesting. Okay. As they're going about that, Jessamine was gonna send a note to Heidi.
Yes. I'm gonna try to find something that is as close to what I'm trying to get at as possible. So, like, a bit of paper, like we'll actually, like, write a note, send it
I
along.
think it's possible.
Really trying not to get in trouble here.
Actually gets a rubber band, like, winds it up, makes one of those little airplanes, like, gets
Oh, yeah.
a little... Excellent. Okay. Then I'm gonna say, go and spend your token for your magic. And, I'm gonna say, what's an unintended side effect? An oldie but a goodie.
I am debating with myself.
I mean, we did already have that nice little tidbit that she's really fading fast tonight. So, I mean, that could be involved.
I think her hand starts bleeding again and won't stop.
Eek. Okay. You
Just from
send off.
right in the center of the circle.
She begins to stigmata, and
Yes.
You thought her name was Jess? Jessus.
Spoilers.
30 seconds. Mute him. No. I kid. I love the puns. PDX and I are on the same page. You send this little birdie, little sparrow, and as it is flying off, you notice a little bit of blood dripping off of it, and then also the blood in your hand. You don't find anything that you are looking for in that regard, Avalon. No secret compartments, no secret organizational crests or seals or anything like that. You do, in the very back of the center drawer of his desk in the office, find some just looks like regular mundane letters that you can't read. They don't seem to be in a different language. They seem to be gibberish, honestly, just garbled letters.
Would this potentially be like a cipher or a spell or something that Avalon would be familiar with?
Potentially. I mean, we could even, for a little bit of flavor, say that maybe for fun, they showed you something like this, the idea of a cipher, a mundane cipher that can just be solved. Sure.
Maybe Avalon taps into some more of their memory stores from the items that they didn't give to Jessamine from like back during their like tutoring days and stuff, and to like remember those instructions and seeing those before and trying to decipher it through the use of magic.
Okay. If you're using the magic, spend me a token.
Okay. No, I was trying to say, we haven't done this before. Can I take a token instead to say this goes bad?
Yes, you may. Okay, then.
Not that I need them.
Oh, no, but just for funsies.
Because it's not necessarily that doesn't work. It's that your magic has, if I'm understanding this right, it's that your magic has a significant drawback.
Drawback or complication. Yes. Okay. First, I will ask you this question. What significant sacrifice do you make to cast this magic?
Maybe the drain and the draw of trying to use these access these memories somehow destroys them completely. So like because the way I envision like the memory storage and retrieval and stuff in line with kind of the source material I pulled from is that they're put into once they're put into the object, the only thing that like remains in your head is the like vaguest recollection of them, as somebody with a normal memory might remember something like this. So I think pretty much like all the tutoring time, like the fond memories and that sort of thing of like sitting in the cottage and the stuff that Avalon was just thinking about, those memories are now irretrievable for them.
Oh, that's very sad. Okay. They go ahead and go through the process of basically burning through literally their memories.
And I think this maybe comes from like a sense of like desperation and worry and stuff, and maybe trying to do this too fast and too quickly for fear of what's happening to Bernard right now. And that's what sort of leads to this decision.
Okay. They're able to decipher them. Something else does happen, however. They may not be aware of exactly what it is, but they would be aware that as the magic coalesces over the pages and sort of deciphers the meaning there, almost just a slight little pulse of energy goes out from the pages themselves. Some sort of magical effect has taken place other than the one that they've set in motion, but they're not 100% sure what it was.
Okay.
For the most part, the letters seem fairly benign. Almost just keeping someone abreast of sort of what they've been doing in town, who they're teaching, anyone of interest that they may have met. The most recent of these letters, however, and they would note that some of these letters, although they're all sort of in this cipher, some are in a set of handwriting that over the years they would become familiar with, working with their tutor, seeing them, write things out on a slate and everything. One handwriting you can tell is your tutor's, Mr. Von Cass's. The other handwriting, the returning handwriting, unfamiliar. The latest letter in this unfamiliar hand speaks of an important event, and that they are required at the tavern during this particular time.
That the time that it spoke of, is that today? Is that
This evening.
And that's in the writing that I don't recognize.
Correct.
Okay. And no response after that. Or
That is the most recent letter. No response to it.
They tuck them away or keep them? I think Avalon keeps that the most recent one.
Okay.
Tucking it into their pocket and heading back out to where Jessamine is, seeing her bleeding
Profusely. Uncontrollably.
Not good. It's not great.
What?
She's really trying hard to do something about it, but it's not working.
What are you doing? What happened?
I was attacked. It was a hellhound. It was awful. You missed it.
Sarcasm doesn't seem useful right now.
People cope in different ways.
Let me see it.
It won't stop.
Takes. That's. Of course, you needed this for your magic.
Everything has a cost.
Right.
This is not one I expected.
Right. Hold on. And Avalon works one of the rings off their finger and says, I have some healing stored up in case I was ever attacked. You shouldn't. The bleeding will pose a problem, I assume. So, here. And
Yes, I do tend to prefer it when my blood is inside my body.
slides the ring onto her finger. And says sort of kind of runs a hand over it, focusing, and as that happens, the healing energy that Avalon had stored up over the course of probably years in that ring is somewhat depleted to try to bind up the wounds and to stop it from bleeding.
Okay.
And I'll pay a token for that.
Excellent. Since that would greatly affect Savvy, Savvy, pick a question.
Jeez.
There are so many fun options.
What does the magic demand from you, or what does it make you promise?
I mean, this seems kind of literal, so I can go with something else if this doesn't feel in the spirit of the question. But the demand from this to use this would be the expenditure of this resource, this natural healing ability that had been stored up in the ring, and obviously the demand here is that is very much depleted through this one use. Especially, I assume this is some sort of magical injury that would have been difficult to heal. It's quite possible that if Avalon takes the ring back, if they're injured at any point, that they won't be able to benefit from it beyond just like a superficial injury. So the demand here being the loss of sort of that safeguard for any future complications.
I'm going to ask for a little bit more.
Okay.
I have an idea if you're
Sure,
open
shoot.
to suggestions. Seeing as even before Jessamine did this little bit of magic too, and then injured herself further, she was already feeling a little bit worn out. In healing her, they take on how she was feeling, so they're spent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. So not necessarily that she feels better as far as her energy isn't restored, but just Avalon is brought down to closer to where she was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. But the bleeding has stopped.
I think in that case, Avalon just kind of sits back on a chair in that sitting room after the spell is completed, a little bit winded. Just says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that. You're right."
Well, I'm not dying.
Good.
Are you?
No, no, I won't be unless I get stabbed or start bleeding. It'll take some time to restore what I had saved up there. I just feel exhausted now.
Wonderful.
So, the letters, I found some correspondence within their secret stash, I guess you'd say. The most recent ones seem to be discussing a meeting at the pub, as the servant said, for tonight. So it's quite possible they might still be there.
Good. Well, hopefully you'll hear back from my cousin soon. It's better have been worth it.
A somewhat bloodied sparrow flies into the window.
Jesus.
It's a paper sparrow. It seems to be a return from hiding.
That'll be her. Go just open the window, crack. Come on, little one. You're all right.
Flops.
No, you're not all right. It's just paper. Don't be concerned.
Right. It was the blood that concerned me.
Most of it's probably mine.
The response simply says, "Yeah, been here with a lady for a couple hours.
There you go.
All right. We should go there then. Unless you need to retire for the evening.
Unless you need to retire for the evening. I have a real concern that if we show up there, don't know who this person is that's with your tutor. While I'd love to say that I can rely on my fists alone in a scrap, we are getting into very dangerous territory.
You're right. But urgency would dictate that we need to act quickly.
I spend a token at this point.
Yeah.
This may kind of deflate the drama, the sense of urgency for these two, but I think as Bernie is on his way home, he sends essentially an animal messenger to seek Avalon out. And what I'm imagining is basically a cricket like comes up onto the window that's probably still open, like hops down right in front of you, and through its chirping, the chirping is modulated to sound basically like Bernie's safe.
Okay, so that happens right now?
More or less. So you can also reject this if you two want to keep going with the, if this is super dramatic and urgent and we need to.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's necessarily. I don't know if that would necessarily totally diffuse the situation, because I think there's still some things we want to figure out, but that might alter. Yeah, I think we can work with that.
Okay.
So yeah, who's the token going to then?
I would say, since it's directed to Avalon, yeah, it would be to Avalon. So go ahead and ask your question.
In the meantime, there's another animal messenger that asks Ayo you up.
There are no anima here, you stop.
I said animal.
Do not mix these genres. They do not mix well. Actually, no.
Ooh, I think the most interesting here is going to be, how does a faction take an interest in or exception to your actions?
Season 6, Regency's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes. That's
I'm
fun one.
Yeah, I'm sure that Professor Wilmore is sending some kind of tale after Bernie.
Also, he lives under the roof of the head of another faction who's pissed.
Yep. But I think in terms of this specific spell, I guess I would leave it up to Sid. Like, how intent is Professor Wilmore on following up with Bernie, or is she backing off of Bernie as a lead because of the card he played tonight?
I would say what Bernard is aware of, he did not have a tail home or anything like that, no.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I can leave this up to Sid, whether it's more the matchmakers or the college that...
Whatever's fun. I'm just throwing shit that comes out of my madcap brain out into the ether and seeing what sticks. So you tell me.
Mm-hmm. We haven't had enough with the matchmakers and Aunt Sinclair, so I think she is like, she still actually has like telepathic connection to Bernie, and so knows that he, created a spell to send it off to Avalon, and it's like, oh no, why do you have the Layrd involved in your nonsense?
I love it. Who are you talking to? Who's that going to? The lad? Why?
Shit.
Are you involved? Why didn't you tell me? That would be a lovely connection. I should look into this. I shall consult the crystal. But really, why would you drag them into your shenanigans?
I'm trying to think. What's it in like? the Kingkiller Chronicles Name of the Wind and Allah, or like making a separate section in your mind that is like, hopefully now that he's aware that Zan's still listening, in a secret section of someone's like, oh thank God, she just thinks that we're dating or something and not the more serious shit of the evening. But okay, yeah, we should probably talk. I may have made some overtures to several individuals over the
I
past
need
evening.
names, I need dates, we need to look over the numerology as well. When did all of this happen? I need all details.
Yes, and I will tell you as soon as I am back home and we can use our actual
You
voice
should have been
mouths
back
and
home
not-
5 minutes ago. Where are you?
There was a broken carriage blocking one of the roads and I had to take a detour.
Do not lie to me, Bernard Sinclair.
Yes, Aunt Ariana, I'll be there lickety-split.
I have no idea what that means, but you better be here soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Excellent. Oh, now Auntie Sinclair wants a marriage. This makes me happy. Writing it down. Hi, kitty. It's just laying. I love it. Marvelous. So are Avalon and Jessamine's heading to the pub? Pub?
Well, yeah, so as soon as we get the message, just kind of looks to Jessamine. Well, that's either a very clever ruse by the college, meaning they know who we are now, or Bernie is alright.
I've no way to tell either way.
Well, if he isn't, then we must continue on our current path. If he is all right, I still need to know what's going on here. I feel less. I choose to believe that he somehow figured out how to get out of this situation, and that makes me feel somewhat more comfortable. But I do need to speak with my tutor.
Is there any way you can play this casually?
Wasn't going to go in and make accusations in front of a crowded pub.
No, but you just walking into the pub has its own implications.
Well, perhaps, since you're more inconspicuous, I suppose, you approach him and see if you can get some answers, or have him meet me outside. But you were speaking about your lack of magical energies.
Yes, I thought maybe we'd handle this the old-fashioned way.
Excuse me?
I thought we'd handle this the old-fashioned way.
Yes.
Write a note. I'll give it to my cousin, who owns the place. She'll pass it on.
All right. Easy enough. Grab a quill and parchment. One moment, and just goes and writes a brief note to Mr. Von Koss, trying to decide whether he uses the aliases to get his attention. Yeah, I think Avalon writes the note to Orb Weaver. Says just very simple, like, Orb Weaver, meet me outside in the carriage parked out front. The Lion.
Right.
Excellent.
I shall return. I think Jessamine pulls out like a ribbon or something, like ties her hair back and stuff, and is kind of like, don't look so fancy. And then goes in directly to the bar, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
What's the timing on this?
I mean, it took them a little while. They got away from the scene. They doubled back toward the cottage. They talked to the servant forever.
Bernie said he was okay. Can I spend a token to say Jarvis is at the bar speaking with Heidi?
I'm down for that if y'all two are.
Absolutely. Ruined my life.
Fuck me up, fam. Alright. That'll go to Savvy.
Good. Get this fucking token away from me.
Shut up. Want your blood tokens.
We'll point out to chat, we're all now sitting at one shy of full.
Why would you do
You
this?
say that. Why would you do this?
Except for Sid, who has none.
You have
Do you want this
all the
one?
tokens.
You want this one?
You can have this one.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me. It's for you all.
So she says. So I'm kind of like tie it up, kind of
Super cash.
just like just got a little.
She enters the establishment. She sees several patrons. I mean, it's late, but you know, the tavern flies are out. Sees Heidi at the end of the bar chatting with Jarvis.
No, but honestly, it has been a really rough work week.
Y'all telling me. Oh, there you are. Do you need water?
Yes, please.
Pour some water. Where have you been?
Long story.
Right. Drink?
No, thank you. You know, I think this conversation is best had in private.
Oh, all right. Back. Be right back, love. Takes you into the back. What?
One, you watch that hawk like a hawk.
She points sort of that back room that you can go back to, and there's like the private tables. She literally points to like a hole in the wall that like has a little sliding piece of wood that goes over it where she can see into the bar. I know.
You're a blessing. And I need you to deliver a message.
All right.
So describe him a little bit. Sitting with the woman, been here a
The
couple
tutor.
hours. Right.
The lady left.
Do you know who she was?
Never seen her before.
What does she look like?
Pretty. Tall. Dark hair. Blue cloak.
Anything else stand out?
Seemed far too pretty to be hanging out with the likes of a tutor, but no offense.
I need you to take this to him.
Oh, right. Passing notes now.
It's important, ID.
All right. Stay here. I'll be back. Do you want a response?
No, I just want to see your reaction.
Well, watch away. Point to the little hidey hole.
You've always been my
Back.
favorite cousin.
Ah, hidey hole.
I'm gonna mute myself for 30 seconds. I didn't even mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You've always been my favorite cousin.
I'm your only cousin.
No one else has to know that.
Fine, I'll be back. She goes over. Appears. Tutor's had a few. And just sort of leaning over his mug at this point. Has a brief conversation with him. Hands him the paper. Looks at it. Turns it a couple times. Hands it back to her. Says something. Gives it back to him. Insists. Pushes it away. Goes back to his drink. She shrugs. Walks back over. He said I was mistaken. It wasn't for him.
Do you think he was telling the truth?
He seemed confused.
Well, he seems drunk.
Well, yeah, that, but I mean, genuinely confused. What is all this about?
I can't tell you.
All right. You in trouble? What's...
Me? Always.
I mean, the bad kind.
Maybe.
All right. I'll keep an eye out for that lady again. If it
If you
matters.
see her, tell me. If you can't find me, tell Layrd Cross.
You want me to tell the lad?
Only if you can't get to me. Please just trust me.
Fine, but we need to have a conversation after this.
We will.
All right. So now I'm watching for the lady, I'm watching the hawk. I just have eyes on everyone.
I'm sorry,
Well,
did you
grow
need
me
me
a
to
couple
tip
more.
you?
No, but if you could, grow me a third or fourth eye, that'd be splendid.
Aren't you supposed to be good at this?
I saw a hand, RJ.
Jarvis could grow you a third eye.
Consider it a challenge, then.
I'm always up for that. Fine. Keep an eye on your hawk. Keep an eye out for the pretty lady in blue. Do you want your note back?
Yes. And, he's not mine.
All right. Talk soon.
Soon enough. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
I'll return.
Begrudgingly goes back to her work.
Lets her hair out. Walks back out through the barn.
Just a hand reaches out, taps her on the shoulder. We need to talk.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Sorry, must have been mistaken then.
Aren't you?
What?
Bernie warned you.
Yeah. Well, he'll just turn around and go back to his drink.
Exit. Stage left.
Pursued by a bear.
Mahawk.
Okay. So, anything else in the tavern? No? Just
Rumination and drinking.
Jarvis sitting there terrified.
Do you want to think about what you've done?
He's already thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, Avalon's plan is just to wait for a bit of the carriage in case that was just a show. But I assume once Jessamine comes out to tell them what happened.
Oh, and she is fuming. Your tutor turned the note away, acted confused, and ultimately refused to take it. So.
Could have been an act, potentially.
Heidi doesn't think so.
Then perhaps I'm mistaken. Even better, I didn't approach him myself then.
Jarvis Hawke is sitting at the end of the bar.
What do we do about that?
I am loath to burn the establishment of my cousin to the ground. And so he's still alive.
Well, since our prior lead had come up empty, perhaps we wait and try to catch ourselves a hawk then.
He seems to be a bit conflicted. He tried to speak to me on my way out.
Do you think he knows?
I absolutely think he knows.
Makes me even more worried for Bernie.
It's probably Bernie who told them. I could
All
speak
right.
to him. Now
As you
better
said.
than ever. He's a couple of drinks in.
I prefer to wait and catch him off guard as he leaves.
It's my secret, Val. I'm always off guard.
I'll wait for
Right.
him.
The danger there is, especially if he is serving as some sort of attack dog for the college, I wouldn't underestimate Mr. Hawke's magical abilities. There are plenty of rumors about the sort of things they get up to.
I've known him for far longer than you.
If you think that we at our current point are capable of confronting him, then I trust your judgment.
I think I'm perfectly capable of confronting him because I don't think he's capable of confronting me.
All right. We should find Bernie, though, if he is free now.
I'm not risking any more magic tonight.
No, I think we can handle this the old-fashioned way, as you said. This may be a resolve token worthy. Is there some... Well, no, because Avalon did say to meet back where they had been previously, where they met when the night started.
Yes.
I don't know how far that would be from here. I don't get the impression anything in Bexley is too far apart.
Nah.
I think Avalon, it's still dressed pretty inconspicuously as they were for the meeting. We'll just say, you stay in the carriage then. I'm going to go find Bernard and see if he does return back to where I told him to.
All right. Oh, takes the note back out of her pocket. Take this back. Burn it.
Takes it. All right. Try to not make too much of a scene.
Have I ever made a scene?
All right. Best of luck.
Be careful.
I should be back shortly, hopefully before that's necessary.
Do be careful. I'd hate to be out of a job.
I thought that was a touch of concern for a moment.
Keep thinking that, if you wish.
Avalon will smile and hop out of the carriage, pulling up their hood and heading to where they plan to meet Bernie. And along the way, are there like gas lamps and stuff throughout the town? Is that the era that we're in?
Yeah, it's the era. Whether or not they're gas or magically lit or some combination thereof. But yeah, absolutely.
The first open flame that Avalon can get to just lights the note, lets it burn.
Bernie, were you heading for that alley or were you running home?
Well, I think I'll say, and maybe this is a resolve token, that the reason he is 5 minutes delayed what his aunt thinks he should be is he quickly stopped back at the alley to just be like, Aunt called me home, uh-oh. And more or less just that before then beelining it home.
So maybe one or both of us spends the token to make it so that we actually can meet up in that moment.
Or I don't think actually meeting up, but just like a message has been left for Avalon to find.
Okay. That works too.
You find a note on a wall that just says, "My aunt, sorry."
Right. Of course. Shit. Avalon's conflicted for a moment, trying to decide if he just goes to Bernie's aunt's house to try to find him. Yeah, I think that might cause more drama here, so I think that's where he goes.
Well, oh yay! Nom 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 nom. Just give me all the ammunition. Thank you. Okay. So Avalon heads over to Bernie's house.
Is just dragged along in the carriage?
No, it leaves the carriage with Jess. Walks there.
Okay. We are running low on time, so what do I want to see more right now? Do I want to see the aunt flip out that Avalon has showed up late at night? Or do I want to see Jessamine destroy Jarvis? I can only have one right now because we're running so low on time.
I don't know. I feel like someone freaking out about Avalon showing up at their house is a very good place to start an episode.
We'll start that next time. You're right. Absolutely. I think we should end on the button. of someone being destroyed.
Of Jarvis facing the repercussions of his actions.
Yes.
That Jarvis had no option in, but RJ totally had.
So, Jessamine, I believe the plan is to approach Jarvis as he leaves the pub?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll casually wait for him to leave and then dramatically from the anime shadows let him know I'm
Appear.
there.
Maybe another hour or so. It already is fairly late. Heidi eventually starts to kick everyone out. And probably one of the last ones, as I'm just assuming from Jarvis's character here, that he's trying to bug Heidi to, like, I don't know, grab a drink after, or...
I think he's gonna keep to himself tonight.
Okay. She still kicks him out. Jarvis eventually exits solo.
Drunkenly stumbling down an alley.
Just from a like bench that is like cast in shadow as the light doesn't make it quite that far. Hawke.
Takes 2 more drunken steps forward and then straightens up, takes the lapels of his cloak and fluffs it. Totally sober. Turns. I thought you didn't know me.
I don't. And you're going to explain why?
Well, the night is young. I doubt you'd want to talk in a dingy alleyway. I don't have any secondary goals if you're worried about that. Come on. He's gonna take her to his secret lab off campus.
You don't order me around.
It was a request, not an order.
Fine.
They'll head off to the secret lab. Avalon will head to Bernie's house at 2 a.m. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight. So I just a peek behind the curtain, sort of asked all of these folks, what other visitations do we want to get to this evening?
I think we estimated 2.
Is it any of the ones that we planned?
No. I mean, I was just like, oh yeah, we'll resolve the end of everything that happened with the meeting. Yeah, because I'm a dumb fuck thinking that's only gonna take, 20 minutes? No, it took the entire session. NBD.
And it's
I
gonna
feel like
take
next.
some of next session too.
Yeah, I feel like this has gone. This is a major event within a visitation.
Yes.
We've-
Yes, it is.
We've doubled up.
Whoops.
Hey,
Oh.
there's 500 followers now. Just
Hey, we just have 500 followers, you guys.
Ooh, thank you.
Yay! Thank you ever so much, everybody. Is that we've hit a goal as
That's our
well,
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys. That's amazing. Well,
Now I have to actually follow through on doing something. Last
You
time,
have like
last time we
half
did
a
a
dozen
giveaway.
Nancy Drews that you still need to
Oh
finish.
shit!
Nancy Drew
is 500
marathon.
followers a Nancy Drew marathon? God damn it! We'll talk,
Amazing.
Twitter.
Keep an eye on Twitter for the amazingness that you all have created by 500 of you. 500. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with all of our shenanigans here. Speaking of shenanigans, let's finish them up for the evening. More heart hands. One more time. Anyone have anything to promote? Otherwise, just tell us one more time where we can find you, and give me a star and a wish for the evening. Let's go ahead and start with Val.
Well, hi. I'm Val at the Kraken's Ground, Twitter and Twitch, all that stuff I said at the beginning. Join us tomorrow for Neon Souls, which I'll be running. We're playing Cypher, and we'll have a guest who may or may not be among us.
Sus.
And on Saturday, I will also be running a game for a couple of these fools called Saturday Night's Apocalypse, where we're doing the Prince of the Apocalypse campaign, kind of, and they're about to maybe fight Godzilla. So we'll see. That's
You left out the part where we did just make friends with King Kong.
They made friends with King Kong so they can fight.
And the fire cult Ride of the Valkyrie to attack the water cult.
And I was a
have
T-Rex
this-
for a while. It's
Listen-
exactly like the module, you guys. swear.
We're going for that sweet Godzilla versus Kong SEO.
So is Kong going to fight alongside them?
Potentially, yeah. We might get a big kaiju battle. You'll have to tune in at 4:00 on. Or wait, what? That's not the time. 7:00.
No, it's not.
I have lost all. It is 7:00, right?
It is 7:00 Eastern
My
time.
brain just melted. 7:00.
It's fine. We just had daylight savings in the U.S., so like everybody is.
I'm on vacation. Time does not exist.
doubly
so-
fucked.
Yeah.
We barely know what month it is.
Yeah. So join us for that and find out
14th March.
how that goes. Stars and wishes. I hate going first. Stars.
Stars to
That's
Taco.
that Jax just gave
Oh,
his
that's-
star.
He
if
has
you
some
couldn't
real
understand that.
contributions to make.
Yeah. I think my star is going to go to. I'm just gonna give it to. I guess this kind of goes to Sid / RJ for setting up this whole visitation that has led to all of this drama. We're still in the middle of it. This is a very broad star to give, I think, but this has been very fun, and it's going off the rails real quick. So that is my star. My wish.
Pull up the
I mean, more smooches is always a wish.
You're reading my mind here.
Yeah. I added it. We talked about this before the stream, and no one that's watching right now will get it, but I want a Medusa lady to show up at some point. But that's
It's being added.
I added that to the thing. Yeah, so that needs to go on there too.
Have you seen this wig? I'm getting close.
And that's it.
Amazing. Savvy.
It's me, Savvy. Hello. Are we also plugging stuff? Because I don't think
Yes.
Val plugged
yes.
anything.
Remind us where you are again.
You said.
Plug
Well,
your
you
stuff.
said. You
I
said the
plug my
games you
stuff.
run.
It's just all on this channel.
I know. I'm just used to you talking for longer, I guess.
I'll keep talking about
Heck.
stuff.
What kind of stuff, Val?
Join our GGK World server.
Hey!
No, I'm done.
All right. Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. My current schedule is pinned to my Twitter. You can find it there. I'm here Thursday through Sunday. So I play in most of the games that have been mentioned. I also run a Monster of the Week game on the channel every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time called Slaying 101, in which we will also have a guest this week. They are not here with us in the call, but they are here with us in the chat because I've bullied my very wonderful friend Wally into coming and playing Monster of the Week with me not once, but twice a week this week. So very excited about that. Other than that, you can find me on Sunday nights because I know what order the days go in a week. You can find me on Sunday nights after Slang 101 on twitch.tv/lbhackemup, where we're playing a all ladies Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It's called Playthings of the Gods, and yeah, I play a centaur druid who's really obsessed with the stars. And then on Mondays, you can find me at twitch.tv/Colonomicon, where we are playing Monster of the Week. It's me, it's Wally, and it's our two big chatters and big sub-gifters from the night, Colin and Anna, all playing Monster of the Week and destroying ourselves emotionally. Oh, and I'll say, because the tweet has now gone out and it's now live in the Discords, in May on Colin's channel, that's twitch.tv/Colonomicon, Colin is hosting a PBTA May. Every Sunday night in May, we are having a Powered by the Apocalypse one-shot. There's signups available. Colin has posted them on Twitter. I've also posted them in the GGK Discord. They're also on Colin's Discord. And I'm running one of them halfway through May. I'm going to be running a one-shot of The Sprawl. So if you like that cyberpunk goodness, fill out the form and sign up. There's a lot of other great games too, but it is the Monster of the Week Act 3 crew. So it's me, it's Colin, it's Anna, it's Wally, running Powered by the Apocalypse games every Sunday in May. Put your name in the hat. It's gonna be awesome.
Stars and wishes.
My star. I think my star is going to Alex/Bernard for just wanting to kiss everyone. It just brought me so much joy. Bernie has great energy and I love him. And then also he just keeps surprising me. So I think this is just a really good energy today and I love it. And my wish, I don't know. I mean, my wish is kind of something that's already gonna happen, but I just, J&J have to talk.
Yeah, they do. J&J have to talk.
They have to.
We're making it happen.
And he needs to be honest with her.
You
I do
hearing
not
that?
know what you're asking of me.
Did you hear that? Not me hitting my microphone, but what she said?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Go ahead, RJ.
Hey everybody, it's me, RJ. You can catch me RJS282 as a brief reminder on Twitter and Twitch. Surprise, I'm gonna be over on Neon Souls tomorrow. Hey! It's gonna be fun. Sweet boy named Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
I knew this joke was gonna happen. I didn't know it'd be happening so soon.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have. Anyway.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm tired. Anyway, catch me over on the Hype Goblins channel coming up this Sunday in the morning, where I'm playing a cleric sorcerer. Saturday, of course, Apocalypse. I play a wildfire druid who likes to shift shape their friends into T-Rexes.
Do you mean
Shapeshift?
Listen.
Look.
Goodbye.
Listen.
I'm RJ.
He
Shapeshifts, but he only knows one, which is ship shape.
He turns into a ship. he transforms
No, he
into
only-
a sailing vessel.
No, he
only
only
transforms
ships
into
us.
He only
Yes.
transforms into characters that you want to ship.
Oh. See, I can relate hard to that.
It's really hot in my room and I'm kind of super tired. So I will be The wherewithal tonight was not there, so thankfully we
Okay,
didn't
you
go
could say
into
wherewithal, but you couldn't say shapeshift.
because I was prepared for it.
We love you, Archie.
If Jessamine were to chew me out right now, it would not go well.
Oh.
Oh,
would
honey, do you think
cry.
it's gonna go well for you in 2 weeks?
At least I'll be mentally ready.
Better be.
I'll cry. I'll cry on stream.
I'll make you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Ayo, stars and wedges.
Wait, I'm not done. Mondays, I'm over at the end of
Oh,
our
you have more
membership.
stuff. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
For our homebrew campaign. It's getting pretty wild. We fought a spawn of Caius, the worm that walks. They tried to summon in a Leviathan-sized worm creature. It's wild. Also, throughout the week on Wednesdays, catch me over at Open for Adventures, where I play a barbarian tabaxi who just loves his olives. And on Thursdays, nope. Yeah, that's it. Stars and Wishes, right. Stars. Probably to Alex, because I finally got my duel. Rubbery.
No more. No.
Wishes. Oh, gee. Oh, my. It's gonna happen next time we play. Probably some backstory dump for Jarvis.
Yes.
Sid will talk.
Yeah, we will.
Colin, no. Colin, no.
I want to change my star to the
With
rubber.
a high-trained conductor, but we can ban you, Colin.
Wait,
I'm a
wait,
fan of the rubbery.
hold on. If he's rubbery, that makes him a poor conductor.
I am gonna.
Mute him, please. Just mute him. Just mute him.
Go home.
Oh, I can't because he's already muted.
Alexander.
I am home.
Go home.
I can't go any homer than I am right now. Oh.
You'd have to go on an Odyssey.
I'm firing all of you.
Alex, close this out, please.
Clearly, I am not drunk enough or tired enough to be on the level with everyone else here, but hello.
No
Alex.
dabbing!
I am OMG. It's some guy
Thank
on
you.
the internet. I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays. This Saturday, I'll be the Warforged Artificer, Jazz, who is primarily responsible for keeping everyone alive at this point with the ridiculous temporary HP that the artillerist can do.
The literal heal bot?
Yep.
Crawford nerf.
No, never. It already doesn't get improvements.
No, because it starts at God level.
Yeah. But so that is Saturday. Tuesdays has been on a bit of a hiatus as we're figuring things out. We won't be back this next Tuesday, but we will be back on the 5th. I'm 80% sure I have the scheduling right in my head because we're undergoing a lot of changes, but we'll be back on the 5th with David running LB Hack'em and I through a Call of Cthulhu game. All I'll say about that so far is that we basically decided that we are or at least the pictures we put as our character profile pictures are the two leads from The Mummy. So I am Brendan Fraser, and LB is
Rachel Weisz.
Yep, Rachel Weisz.
So
Don't worry, I got you when it
are
comes to the
every 90s kid's bisexual awakening. Excellent.
Yes.
Yep. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Neither LB or I have ever played Call of Cthulhu before, so that's going to be
fun,
its
too.
own adventure. Yeah. I think that's it in terms of shows and stuff. So now my stars and wishes. I mean, basically the same star as RJ, that we had a magical duel. Even though there was a lot more fisticuffs involved than I was initially expecting when we said magic duel.
you know, sometimes you just gotta headbutt somebody repeatedly.
Yep. And then a wish. I mean, I kind of said it. I want to make sure all y'all get that diplomatic immunity too.
Diplomatic.
And then eventually, maybe you'll find out why Bernard apparently has diplomatic immunity.
One day.
Does that mean he's gonna have to marry all of us?
You say have to like it's a problem.
I mean, I'm not mad.
Alex, y'all set?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I'm here a couple nights a week. I run this every other week, and then otherwise I'm on some awesome games with some of these awesome folks. Hey, tonight, my star was the kiss to get us out of trouble trope. Well done, Val. I actually thought you were gonna do the like push her out of the way and like up against the wall and realize your faces were too close trope, but you went even further to the kiss to get you out of trouble trope, which also makes me very happy, so thank you. And my wish my wish is for we kind of already got into some of our intrigue here, but I just want more. Like, I want us to take the end of last season and I want us to like explode that. Yeah. I want chaos. Is that what I'm trying to say? I want chaos. I would like complete and utter chaos. I'm just gonna write that down. Sid.
I do my best
wants
Burning Elmo impression over here.
Chaos. Done. Well, with that, thank you guys. Yes! Yay! RJ, you literally are the Burning Elmo. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as we go a little over again today. Again, we are here several nights a week. Come check out all of our content, both here live on Twitch, VOD on Twitch, or on the YouTubes. Catch us out on the Discords. Come and join us in Humblewood in the GGK World server. And, you know, just come see and hang out with all these wonderful folks on the internet. They do really cool shit, and you should check it out because they're amazing, and I love all of them dearly. We will see you for this game in about 2 weeks, or we'll see you tomorrow for Neon Souls at 8 o'clock Eastern. But until next time, a good game, and good night, Internet.